All right, what is up, Utah fans? This is Joseph back with the Utah Utes Football Digest. And some news that a lot of us had been expecting for a while has officially come true today. Jaquinden Jackson is entering the transfer portal. He's officially in the transfer portal. We're going to talk about what this means. Is it a huge deal? Is it a small deal? Kind of what to think of it, what Jaquinden meant to this team. We'll talk about stuff like that. Before we dive in, though, guys, please do smash that like button. I know we're not excited Jaquinden is leaving the team, but it is, it helps me get the video out, and I appreciate it a lot when you guys do that. Also, comment down below. I want to hear your guys' opinions. Where are you at mentally about this? Let's try to keep it pretty positive. I don't want a ton of negativity under this post. But let's talk about what we think about Jaquinden leaving, how big of a deal it really is. Also, if you haven't already, guys, we put out a ton of Utah Utes football content. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And please share the video with a friend. Share it on Facebook, retweet it on Twitter, whatever. Any support helps out a ton, so I appreciate it a lot. Let's go ahead and dive in. Let's talk Jaquinden Jackson. All right, guys. So let's talk about what Jaquinden Jackson brought to this team. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He was a special player for Utah, and I think it's sad he's leaving for sure. I don't think we should be drowning in our sorrows right now, and I'll touch on that in a second. But he's a guy that averaged 5 yards a carry this year for 797 yards, 161 carries. That's real good numbers, and especially when you're considering almost every game they were stacking the box against our running game because our passing game was so freaking miserable. So when you look at that, I think this year, and I said it multiple times this season, so I'm not going to walk it back now. Jaquinden Jackson was the lifeblood of this offense. In games where he was in and getting 15, 20 carries, the game was different. Go look at the games where he had good games this year. I don't remember the games, but I've been tracking them. I don't know which teams they were against, but go look at games where he had a lot of carries. There's a really good chance we won that game. Just so you guys know that it correlated pretty dang well. He was a good player, and in 2022, on less of a sample size, I think in total he had it was a little over 500 yards, but he averaged like 6.8 yards a carry. It was something crazy like that. The guy is an animal. Yeah, 531 yards on 78 carries. So he had two awesome years for Utah. Really sad to see the guy go, and he really is a special player. He is not easy to replace. Now, that's really where my mind is. Now, I do want to talk about what we have still, because Jaquinden Jackson is not a player you want to lose. He clearly had become a special running back, and that is why someone is tossing the bag at him. The rumors are Oklahoma State or SMU, one of those two schools, was very aggressive with NIL money going towards Jaquinden Jackson. I'm not able to confirm any of that, but that is what I've heard, is that one of those two schools has been extremely aggressive at trying to get him, and that's where he's probably going to be going. So I won't touch more on that, but that is the rumors I've heard. Those are the rumors I've heard. So hope that works out for him. Is what it is. If he leaves the school, it is what it is. I wish him nothing but the best. But we keep going. If there is a position that Utah could lose some talent at, running back is the position. Just so we're all on the same page, guys. We did not look good at a lot of positions this year. Running back is a position where we have a ton of talent. Like, you think about it, Mekhi Bernard's coming back next year. It's official. That's a really good sign. And Jalen Glover seems to be coming into his own. It wasn't a perfect season for Jalen Glover, but it really felt like there were times where he flashed, and him being a 1-2 punch in the rotation is not a bad thing. He is better than what a lot of schools are going to have at running back. And don't forget, this year was all stacked boxes for Jalen Glover. So let's see what he looks like when Cam Rising is back there and loosening up the 7 in the box, right? We're going to see some 6 in the box looks, some way less 8, 9 men in the box looks than we got this year. So I think that's a really good sign. And then so behind Jalen Glover and Mekhi Bernard, we've got a stacked group of young guys. Dejon Stanley, Mike Mitchell, and John Randall Jr. are a few guys that are sticking out to me right now. We also have some young guys coming in too, but we also have Anthony Woods from Idaho. He's a monster too, FCS All American. He's coming to Utah. And when that happened, I think we all kind of knew it was basically official that Jaquinden would be leaving. But let's think about that room, guys. We've got Mekhi Bernard, Jalen Glover, Anthony Woods. Those are like three guys you expect to actively get carries all year. That's a heck of a three-headed monster. Let's be real. Anthony Woods kind of brings what TJ Pledger brought back in the day. Mekhi Bernard brings what Mekhi Bernard brought during that special 2021 season. And then Jalen Glover kind of brings a unique skill set. I think he's kind of like a Zach Moss light, just like a mean runner, not close to what Zach Moss was. Zach Moss is one of the best running backs to ever come through Utah, but he has that type of potential. He has a similar build to a Zach Moss and a similar play style. I actually think I said that when I broke down Jalen Glover's tape. So, and then we got those three, and it, it looked awesome. I'm just saying it looks awesome what we have. None of those guys are Jaquinden Jackson. Let me be clear. He would be the premier guy if he was here next year. But as a three-headed duo, it's one of the best running back or three-headed trio. It's one of the best running back trios in the country, right? It really is. At least in our conference, it's a really good three-man running back room with a bunch of young talent. Mike Mitchell, probably going to be a breakout star next year. A really mean runner. Dejon Stanley got some playing time this year and looked good when he did. And then we got John Randall Jr. All three of those guys are 4-star prospects. So let's be excited about the future, guys. There's a lot to look forward to. I would say just in summary, losing Jaquinden Jackson does suck. He's a really good player, and he will be hard to replace as an individual. Utah's running back room next year will still be very good. I don't know if we'll have the high end number one guy out of that room that we had this year, but I do think we have a really good 6-man group that can really do a lot of damage on the ground. So I'm excited about that, guys. I hope that cheered you up and got you back in the mood. Before we get out of here, guys, please make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, I hope you guys had a really Merry Christmas. I'm getting back to work and getting back to the grind. Also, comment down below, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm overreacting, underreacting to losing Jaquinden Jackson? Where are you guys at? I'd love to hear it. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We put out a ton of Utah Utes football content. And if that's what you're into, I really think this is the place to be. And please share the video with a friend, that's retweeting it, direct messaging it on Facebook, sharing it on a Facebook page or a Facebook group you're a part of, whatever. I'd appreciate it a lot. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Go Utes and Happy New Year.